I'm doing here, I'm doing a level change. This for street fighting. I'm doing a level change. Suddenly there's a fight, decision to be made to fight. What I'm doing from here, I'm standing normally. I drop down, put up a guard. This is a good position. And then throw a fast and hard 1-2 combination. So from here, 1-2. Well, standing normally like this. Then a powerful, fast 1-2 attack from there. And from here, this is a call a position. So from here, normally, and I'm stepping in and really put a lot of power as an offense. The first one is more feeding him with something and helping to connect with the power right. So from here, it can be from here too. See, from here. I like to practice from the beginning because if you train from street fighting, self-defense and not sport fighting, you might be like outside, suddenly this guy walks up to you and he's here, see. It's not like some guys come with his gloves and he's gonna walk outside. It's like, you know, it's gonna be a fight. It could be like you're hanging out in public, it's like a drunk guy that suddenly gets in your visual field and it's like, and starts, it's like they're gonna have to fight now. So I don't always start training from a fighting stance. I train from everyday stance, combat stance. Massage talked about that. And basically, from whatever stance I'm in, practicing being effective, you should be able to be effective in any position. Quickly being able to hurt your opponent from any position. So from here, see here, and just from here, and the person here, here. So, from here, standing normally, obviously I can go, don't put the guard up, offense, best defense mentality. So from here I can do a jab, standing like this normally, and then do a 1-2, instead of putting up the guard. So there's different ways I can do this, but from here, stand here, I can drop my weight, put my guard up. This is a good position for street fighting, MMA. I'm harder to take down and it's easier for me to take someone out from here as well. And I have more takedown defense and this is a good position. Dropping weight like that. So that's things I can do from there. But from here, stand normally, I can do this, my guard is up, and then quickly, 1-2. 1, and when you're throwing punches up high, you're protecting your head too. You might not be able to see, but a lot of my combos when I train boxing, here, 1, notice how my jaw is protected from the left by my shoulder, and then the right hand is here. 2, left hand goes here, and then the right hand is covering the right side of the shoulder, the jaw, so I'm covering from here, and then it might be 3, and also my shoulder goes over my jaw there. So it's 1, 2, 3, for example. From here, 1, 2, a little bit lighter. My default gear is high speed, high power, so I've had to kind of train myself to go lighter in training. Keep reminding myself, go lighter. So here's a street fighting self-defense combo, and I'm practicing from here, standing normally. I can even stand, have a wide stance here, or like this, here or here, and then I can lead in with the jab, and then follow up with the right hand, and the right hand obviously could be to the gut or here. If his distance has changed, I might have to step into here with the right. But it's here. 1, from here, I can go here, 1, 2, or just sort of 1 right away. Here. I saw a guy just make a fool out of himself. And it's all these people that have copied me, like watch my videos and copy me. But I made a video about somebody has like the finger like this, pulling at you, what to do is like grab the arm and put it down and then throw a left, right, which I've been practicing this combo like my condition is that this right combo. But it's like, yeah, so somebody has the finger in your face like this, you put it down and then throw like a left, right. Well, what he fails to understand is the opponent, if somebody pulls your left arm down, he can quickly counter with a power right. See? If I have my arm here and somebody pulling or not, I have my arm here and somebody pulls it down, I can quickly counter. It's actually helping me to pull myself into my attack. So if the left is here, you pull down on the arm here or here, here. It's easier for the opponent to turn into a right. See, I'm gonna actually show that. It's all these pathetic they're talking. It's all these pathetic, laughable people that I outshine dramatically, and it's all these people that targets me for the deep state, and it's fucking mediocre. And part of what he's been doing is copying me, and then he's also referencing things. He's a gangster. I mean, he targets me with narcissistic abuse for the program. I'm gonna look in this video here. I've been giving higher quality coaching, drills, knife fighting, stick fighting, martial arts, higher quality free coaching than he has. And he makes money from the bullshit that he does. So here, this guy here. And part of what he's doing is copying me and also like referencing things that I've done. See?
So however you want to call it, street fighting, all right? Sports have rules. Traditional street sport, we're here. He jabs, jab cross, Here's the thing, nobody's going to come up right away in the street and just go, let's duke it up, right?
They might. They might. I've done that a few times actually. When I've been in the room with a guy that speaks fighting words. And instead of just walking up, if you have some honor, instead of just like walking up, sucker punching, and be like, yeah, we're cool, and then like it's catch by surprise punch in the face. This happened a few times when I've been in the room with somebody when I was younger. Like on a party, for example, and it's a blank thing, it's an issue. Then the person is speaking fighting words or being aggressive somehow psychologically, and I go, what's up? I stand up, what's up, bitch? What's up? Let's go, okay? And then the guy is like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't want to know this, and walks off with his tail. Now, what I could have done, I guess, is like, oh, he speaks fighting words. I'm decided I want to fight him. Just be like, hey, guy, bang, and then like sucker punch him. But it's more honor in doing what I've done. So yeah, in a street fight, it does happen that people do that. I've done it at least 2 times myself. I'm in a room with somebody, and it's either fighting words or something going on where it's like the person crossed some lines, and I'm going to fight the person now. I want to fight him. And I give him a chance, hey, put your dukes up, let's go. And then the person is like, I don't want anything. At which point I don't pursue them and throw punches. So it's like they have a chance to de-escalate, apologize, and they're like a last chance to avoid this fight that's about to happen. See? So it's like, do you understand? Like if I'm in a house party type situation, and there's some guy like, you look ugly or something. And I go, what's up, bitch? Let's go, okay? And then he's got a chance to be like, I'd be like, yeah, okay, let's go, but it's a fight. Or be like, well, I'm sorry. And if he realized it's like, oh, because of what I did, it's about to be a fight here, and I don't want to fight, so he can de-escalate. Give him a chance to de-escalate. I'm sorry, okay? And like, I don't want to fight you or something like this. So at least 2 times I've done that. I'm in the room with somebody and a guy, and they're being aggressive with their mouth. They something called fighting words. And I feel like fighting them, and I put my hands, I stand up, put my hands up, let's go. And then they go, I don't want to fight. So in a situation like that, which means what? I didn't get in a fight, didn't get arrested for anything. But if I would be like, oh, same situation, different approach, it's like, I'm mad, I want to fight this guy. Just walk up and then surprise him by punching him in the mouth. It'd be assault then. Okay. See? So anyway, gotta look at this guy. This guy's pathetic. He's also referencing something that had happened when a neighbor came knock on my door and I put my finger in the face like this. It's one of these shelf noises that taught me. There's a lot of people that are bigger YouTubers and millions of subs that follow me in the videos of copying this and this.
This guy's pathetic. I've been laughable. It's a fucking joke. I've been doing better. Like, what does he have that I don't? I've been doing a better job teaching fighting. I'm more impressive. I hit harder, move faster. I've been teaching knife fighting drills, combo, stick fighting, street fighting, self-defense techniques at a higher level than anything he's done. So it's like, what does he have that I don't? Nothing. And he's making money. So let's look at this here.
Call it the street fighting. All right, sports have rules. Traditional street sport. We're here.
Yeah, sports have rules. He's copying me too. What I've been talking about in my martial arts training and coaching videos. Street fighting has rules.
Here, he jabs.
Sport fighting has rules.
Jab cross.
But he's not making a good point. It's like, yeah, fighting has rules. Now, how I might teach is like, yeah, this is not a sports competition. What I've been teaching, yeah, street fights don't have rules. So in a street fight, it's like, it's not just like you need to, it's not a boxing match where you're like, well, I'm going to fight somebody, so all that's going to happen is punches being thrown. You might get kicked in the nuts. So that's really, it's like from here, a kick to the balls, see? It's like, it's not a sport fight. It's not a boxing sport fight. So it's not like, oh, you need to be, it's not a boxing, so that's more what I've been teaching. He makes a fool out of himself. It's like, it's not a sports fight. So it's not just like, oh, like this. It's like, well, the issue is, how I made that point by teaching street fighting self-defense. I said I don't train for sport fight. I train for street fighting self-defense. And in the street fight, it's not like, well, it's just boxing you have to be concerned about. It's like, yeah, it's a Marks and Queensberry match here, and I need to be concerned about punches thrown at me, and all I can be throw punches. No, in a street fight, it can be kicks to the balls. It can be head kicks. It can be takedowns. There can be a glass bottle cracked over your cranium and stabbed into your throat. They say there can be you being swept and then the guy doing ground and pound and stomping out. So because there's no rules in street fight. It's not like, well, if I go down, it's a boxing match. A street fight, you don't want to have a mentality. A street fight is a boxing match. And be like, well, it's a boxing match, and it's like the guy's going to throw punches at me, and I'm going to try to protect myself from punches. All I'm worried about punches and throwing punches. No, you might get kicked, head kicked, you might get taken down, you might get attacked with a weapon, you might get, in a boxing match, if you get dropped, it's like the ref thing goes ding, 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 like separate you, and then check on you and give you an 8 count. Whereas in a street fight, if you get dropped, the guy might come up and kick you in the head, stomp you out. That might be the end of your life. So being knocked out or dropped in a street fight might mean the next thing is the guy kills you. See? So it's not a good point. It's not a street fight, but part of what this guy's doing, he's copying me. It's all these people that's been watching my videos and then copying what I've been doing, and then also doing like narcissistic devaluation and like dirty mind games. And this guy is less impressive than I am. I've been more valuable teaching knife fighting drills, like whole DVDs without people need to pay for it. Teaching knife fighting, martial arts drills, stick fighting. And what I can do moving around is more impressive and high level than what he does. And what I've been teaching is more
valuable. Here's the thing. Nobody's going to come up right away in the street and just go, let's duke it up, right? Wait, hold on, let me get
that can happen, actually, in street fights. That can happen. There's quite a lot of street fights actually start like that, where some guy speaks fighting words, or there's in a bar and somebody, let's step outside, see? So like a lot of street fights actually start with like a warning, where it's like either the guy puts his hands up, let's go motherfucker, or something like this, let's shoot the fade or something like this. There's quite a lot of street fights that actually happen like that, where it's not like it's suddenly a sucker punch. I think that would be more rare than it's like a sudden sucker punch. A lot of times there's a gradual escalation, and then it's like, oh, there's a fight now. The other guy puts his hands up and go, let's go, motherfucker, like, let's step outside or something like this, or something like that. There's quite a lot of street fights that stop like that.
Get a ref. So sometimes whatever's accessible is there, and you got to get them on the half beats. You got to get them where the most efficient way to move, rather than
this is fair use commentary.
Recoiling. So when somebody puts their hand up, okay?
See, so the mirror what happened when a neighbor came to my door when I was training, whining about the sound, and I wasn't breaking the rules. It's like an old fort, and it's all these people that show up in the neighborhood acting weird around me when I'm outside. Anyway, I suppose like an old fart came to my door, and it's like, what is the noise? And I started cussing stuff, and I'm like, I'm training, okay? And it's like, well, it's like, It's law. I want to go to the. I'm training. Okay, I'm not breaking the rules. Like up until 2,200 hours, you can be loud. Okay, you can watch a movie with the Dolby surround sound at home, but it's like after 2,200 hours, you have to quiet down. So it was like 7 or 8 o'clock or something like this, and it comes whining. And at a certain point in time, it's like he's standing there. It's a verbal escalation, and it's like I'm like he comes like whining about me training. I'm not doing something wrong. I'm not breaking rules. It's not in the middle of the night. Like, what's the noise or something? It's old for. Now, a lot of people they have a false sense of security, and in my experience, people who fuck with my life, sometimes you see that they get shocked and surprised as if they weren't expecting to have consequences or feel like there's a risk something could happen right now to them for what they're doing up until that point. So a lot of times it's a look of surprise or shock in people, like somebody told them you're safe to fuck with, or something like this. So they told themselves, there's like this guy's a pussy, he would never dare to stand up, and I'm gonna be passive aggressive or fuck with him somehow. And he's a, and it's like cognitive dissonance, acute effect, really powerful. It was like reality shows them that they were being delusional, like they felt like there's no risk to be in a dangerous situation from treating this person like this. So that's the point. That's psychology. We're getting more into the physical stuff. So it's like I was in the middle of the stream like this, I'm training, and there's a guy, and he's one of these gang stalkers, question mark, you see, that it's like happens several times. I go outside, and I'm sitting on the bench after coming home shopping, smoking. He walks out, like same time at the exit. What's like happened? It's all these people that show up repeatedly where I am, to a degree where it's like hard to chalk it up to chance. It's like I come home from being shopping, sitting down having a cigarette on the bench outside before going upstairs to this apartment. And it's like, oh, what would you have it? He happens to leave and walk past me these like 3 minutes when I'm sitting down outside. And then it's like 2 weeks later, I go outside and sit down on the bench too, and he walks out again and walks past me with a big stick, maybe to intimidate or something like this. He's one of these people, same time into exit, people in the neighborhood. Perp, question mark. Anyway, that's the point. So it's happened several times to this guy. It's like I'm outside and he shows up and like repeatedly, or I'm out on the back, and it's like after I go out on the back and the time to that he walks out. So it's like that's part of gang stalk. I'm a total individual. Where it's like same time into exit. There's neighbors will be on it, and people in the neighborhood. If you're a total individual watching this, your neighbors will be on the target, and people in the neighborhood. Not every person, but maybe 1 or 20 people. And one of the most common tactics they use is called same time into exit, where they will leave at the same time, like you encounter the same person repeatedly, to a degree where it's hard to talk about the chance. Okay, especially in a situation, the contest with me, where it's like I'm a stay-at-home person, like a hermit. I live a hermit life, so I enjoy it. So it's like maybe it's not even once a week, maybe it's 1 or 2 times a month that I go outside to get some shopping done or something like this. A lot of times it's about other stuff like toilet paper, coffee, or if I'm doing like a shopping for the next month. Okay, so here's the point. It's like maybe it's not even once a week that I go outside. Here's the context that makes it so people, you're delusional if you told me that's what I want to say. No, I'm saying statistical probability, statistics. It's like if you're a person that goes outside, you're a total video, maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks. And it's not on a schedule, it's like 8 in the morning every time. No, it's like once a week, once every 2 weeks I go outside. And it could be like Sunday morning, and then the next time I go outside 2.5 weeks later, it's Thursday afternoon, and then the next time it's like a week later, and I go outside on Wednesday around lunchtime. And if 3 of these times I run into my neighbor, that would be strange. Okay, like what are the chances I go to the corner store like right now? Okay, not planned because I ran out of coffee or something like this. There's like the neighbor shows up, walks into the corner store after I arrive. So, oh, this is maybe, oh, Mike, okay. And it's like the next time I go outside, a week later to the supermarket, he walks into the supermarket after I enter the supermarket. This is part of the time. Anyway, here's the point. So this neighbor uh, shows up in the middle of training session. He's one of these people that I have suspected of being a gang stalker, put it like that. I've suspected him of being a gang stalker, a perp, one of these perps in the neighborhood. Okay, and he saw these people that kept showing up and walking past with a big stick. It's not just that he shows up on the outside, he walks past me carrying a big stick, okay? So I guess I was supposed to be intimidated. And I told him, I said, I'm not scared of your fucking big stick, okay? And he didn't walk up with me and do something. See, it's like that happens sometimes. I sit down, like he walks up after I sit down, same time at the exit, with a carrying a big stick. And eventually I go, I'm not scared of your fucking stick. Why can't I say, is that a weapon? So I go, it's for the balance. I go, I'm not scared of you or your fucking stick, okay? And he walks off, see? So I guess that I didn't have to be afraid of him and his big stick, like I told him. So not only was he doing same time at the exit, like where that I'm outside and he happens to show up repeatedly, walk past, like leave. I come home from shopping, the rare time I go outside, which not even once a week. And I sit down on the bench outside to have a cigarette before walking out, okay, to my apartment. And it's like he walks out and walks past me carrying a big stick. And this happens like 3 or 4 times. The rare time that I go outside and it's not on a schedule, it's like now and then that he comes out and walks past a big stick. Same person, okay. So anyway, in the middle of a training stream like this when I'm training, he shows up, rings my doorbell, and he could have gotten his bell right. He's likely also a Christian man who has long suffering and meekness, because he could have gotten fucking punched out there. He could have gotten fucking punched out. So anyway, it's a point. So he opened the door. It's like, what's the sound? He's cussing. See? Oh, what's the goddamn sound? What are you doing? This is like this. And he's some old guy. And I'm like, and I'm like, it's a verbal thing. And I go, I'm training, and it's not, I'm not breaking the rules, okay? Up until 2200 hours, you can be more or less noisy, okay? I said, well, yesterday you were trained in the middle of the night. I go, okay, so that's yesterday. So, and he's a legend then, okay? So here's the point. And then at some point, I guess he starts feeling like it's a bad situation. And I'm standing in the doorway, he's standing there. And he reaches in, it kind of touches me, pats me on the shoulder. At which point I get his arm out of the way and put my finger and say, don't you fucking touch me, understand? So it's like, that in some states in America would be considered battery or like assault, see? Like if you're having a verbal argument with a stranger and you reach in and put your hand on them, I think legally in Sweden, if I would have punched him there, knocked him out, it would be like, well, it was an argument, and the guy moves his hand towards his face level, and Mike reactively like punches him. He said, I think I could have been cleared. I mean, I think I could have punched him there. And okay. So anyway, it's a point, because it's in certain states in America, not Sweden, it's battery. Same thing if I'll be outside, it's happened a few times on live stream, the cops show up. If you use that example, what do you think they would do? If like there's one second, I don't want to check your pocket, it's like a verbal argument, and then they stand and I go and reach in to pat him on the shoulder, yeah, don't worry, cop, or something like this. They fucking punch me or kick me or get pepper spray or something like this. Like if it's like a verbal argument and you reach in and put your hand, like move your hand towards a person and put your hand on a person, it's not like it has to be a punch, okay? You don't touch strangers. So it's like it's a neighbor argument. I'm training and I'm not breaking the rules, okay? He's the nightmare from hell, not me. He's the neighbor from hell, not me. So I'm training, and he shows up whining, cussing, being verbally aggressive and belligerent with me. Like he's cussing, what the hell is the noise and this? And I'm not breaking the terms of the lease. There's no rules there. It's like you can't be noisy, okay? It's like up to 2,200 hours across Sweden. It's like after 2,200 hours, like 10 p.m., you have to quiet down, okay? So, and this was 7 or 9 or 8 or something like this. It wasn't 10 for sure, it was before. And there's like a verbal argument, and I'm upset as he's coming here interrupting me and cussing and being verbally aggressive to my doorstep, okay? And in the middle of this, like talking, he goes like, pats me on the shoulder. Like he reached in and pats me on the shoulder, touch me, yeah, oh yeah, like the top part of my shoulder. And kind of like, oh, he's like, yeah, okay, or something like this. And at which point I wrestle, like arm wrestle, I get his arm out of the way, which was it I want to do. If I put his hand in, I did like this, or like get the arm, but I get his arm off of me, and I put my finger in his face. Don't you fucking touch me, okay? At this point, if I would have punched him, I wouldn't have a fucking chance either. If my finger is this close to your face, and I decide to punch him, he wouldn't have the chance to react, okay? Like a young man wouldn't either. So he got lucky that day. They didn't get fucked up, okay? You don't put your hands on people. If you stand in front of somebody and you reach in and touch them, like pat him on the shoulder, you're lucky. He's lucky. I could have fucking knocked him out there. And he wouldn't have a fucking chance. So I was gracious to him, merciful, and meek and long-suffering. But it's like he puts his hand on me, I get the hand on the way and put my finger in his face like this. I go, don't you fucking touch me, okay? Don't you touch me. And I didn't hurt him. Now, if I would have wanted to hurt him, he'd be in trouble for sure. And being an old fart doesn't give you an excuse to be verbally aggressive and put your hands on people.
But here's the crazy part. Look at sport.
So just like this, he's like referencing that. And
Long guard, Muay Thai.
Long
guard.
Now we got to get to the ridiculous thing that he's going to do here.
Okay, and you see this a lot with Muay Thai, or just put your finger in my face. Whatever he's mad.
Now notice how he's contradicting himself, because he starts with, it's not called the course what I've been teaching. I've been teaching this when I'm training, and in the middle of training sometimes I go into teach. It's like, if you don't know how to throw an elbow, here's the way you can attack with the elbow. Something. Here's a palm strike or this. I've been teaching since this. Now, when I've been teaching all this, I go, now it's a street fight. It's a street fight. It's not a sports fight. Okay. So it's not, and I might speak on terms like, remember, if you're training for a street fight, it's a street fight, and it's not like Mox or Queensborough boxing. We all got to be worried about his punches. They can be takedowns, they can be kicks, there can be a weapon coming into play and things like this. And there's no rules in a street fight. Now he kind of contradicts him. He goes like, yeah, it's not a sports fight, it's a street fight. And then he goes, boxing punches only. See, it's like it's not a sport fight, it's a street fight. Remember that. And then he goes and treats it like a boxing match, where it's like, we're only going to do head level punching attacks here. Whereas it's like, if I was teaching that, I'm more likely, I practiced 1-2 before. Now I'm more natural saying, if I would have, instead of talking, I might go to, okay, 1-2, now I had left knee or a right elbow strike or things like this. Then a double leg takedown or something like this. So it's not a sports fight, he says, and then he goes to boxing only.
So I'm just like, hey, I don't want any trouble.
This guy's a
You
fucking
got the wrong
clown.
guy. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jink him this way.
See? Okay. Now, and you can ask a boxer or anybody, but here's what I'm saying. He has an opportunity now to counter with his right hand, and it's actually helping to build momentum for his right hand, see? So that's what I thought I was looking at this. It's like, how could you respond to this? Okay. So if I got my left hand here, okay, or my right hand, or my left hand like this, and somebody pulls down on it, see, the right hand is right there. And it's actually like, helps to throw a power right hand by the momentum going forward like this. That's how I got my power right hand. It's like the Roy Nelson types. Do you understand? If I got my left hand here, it's like, hey, okay, and you pull down on it. See, it's like, if this hand goes down, it's very easy to come over the top with a power right hand, or even a box like a straight right. Like here, see here. So it's like, and so this combo is stupid. Where it's like, if the guy got his hand here, get the hand down, and then right, well, you also open yourself up, if the hand is here, for his right, see. It's like you're creating an opening, and the natural, somebody as a trained fighter, might be to throw the right hand there, see. Especially like if the momentum is coming down here, to throw the right hand. Either like a straight right, or an overhand right, see. So it's like, if it's here, this gets pulled down, the right hand is right there. And that's actually how I set up when I train the overhand right. A lot of times I go bang, 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 and then pull the left hand down, and then roll into the overhand right. See? It's like, that's actually like the fourth generation. It's like a pull here, bang, bang, see here. With bang, bang, this goes down, and then this comes there. That's why it's actually set it up. So this is one of the most ridiculous things ever, because he's focused only on what he's doing. Now, if you do that to somebody said a Thai fighter or boxer, somebody says some training, when you pull down on the left hand, a natural follow-up for him is to throw the right. Here, see?
Wait.
See here.
And see that part of his wrist? Once I pull him, it acts.
See, notice how he pulls down. his right hand is right there, see? So when you pull on his left hand, he can counter by throwing his right, see? And you're using your left hand, which means you're not protected. So it's actually you're setting yourself up to get fucking knocked out, see? You're using your left hand to pull down on his left hand. See his right hand now, and you're set up for a power right, overhand right, or a straight right here to the jaw, see? So you don't have your left hand guarding your face. You use your left hand to sweep his guard arm down, and you're opening yourself up for an overhand right or a power right, like a
This is
straight.
his face right there. I'm just gonna go back.
See, notice his right hand is right there to punch in the face. See?
Like this,
And this is now he's copying. This is something I've been training a lot. You go look at my past training sheets. This is one of the combos I've been doing. Left, back fist followed by right, a right punch.
cross. So it's really this. Can you put your hand up like this? It's really this. That's all I'm doing. I'm just going bang versus going 1, 2. It's one pickup, boom.
Yeah, what I've been training, teacher.
So the beat's papa, papa, watch. So he puts his finger in my face. I go here.
Okay, and notice how you're open for his counter right, because this guy is not a good coach, okay? So notice how, oh yeah, put your hand, he goes down. Notice his right hand is right there, ready to counter you. And you use your left hand, you don't have a guard up on the left side. So use your left hand to remove his left hand. And his right hand is still up, ready to counter you with a power right. Either an overhand right or straight right. See? And you don't have your arm there because you use your arm to get his arm out of the way, which means you lower your guard. So you're open and his right hand is ready to throw a punch.
Here.
Yeah, and that's assuming that he doesn't respond by you pulling on his left arm by launching a right.
Okay? So at real time, it looks like this. There it is.
Notice he
Now
doesn't
that's
throw
his
his right.
face. So if I wanted to hit him, here's my back fist, because even if he blocks, this comes right behind. And the seconds and the span in between that punch is just too fast. Versus jab, cross, hook, it's...
Yeah, well, I can throw a jab cross hook fast too. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of this. I'm gonna start a part 2.